Hello, my good people. It is your favorite agent, Kanya, that property guy, and I am back with another exciting episode of Property Talks, where we aim to inform you about the property industry in and around South Africa. And I want to provide to you property information in the context of South Africa, because a lot of the stuff that you're getting out there is in the context of America, or all these other different markets. But within South Africa, we have such a special market as a developing country. So let's dive in. Okay, now last week on TikTok, I caused quite a stir. Okay, listen to this video. Did you know if you have been on the waiting list for an RDP house for more than 10 years, you qualify for what is called an individual subsidy, where the government will give you 260,000, where 230,000 is for a house, but you must go look for that house and then go back to the municipality and say you found a house that has been sold and all of this stuff. Here the details, and then they'll help you buy that house. So there's 230,000 that will go towards the house, and then 30,000 it will go towards paying the lawyers who are supposed to do the transfer of the property from the seller's name to your name. So you've been waiting since the year 2000. You should visit the municipality's offices and then go with your ID and then tell them you've been on the waiting list since 2000, and they'll give you that individual subsidy. Now, after sharing that information, I had some doubting Thomases, some detractors, some naysayers, some people who were doubting the information that I was bringing forth, or even against the information, calling me a flat out liar. And like Michael Jordan, I took it personally. The biggest problem you all have is that you have data for nonsense, but you don't have data for real things. Because you have data to type this thing on TikTok. All you had to do was a simple Google search. Google search. But then you come in to type this thing. Simple Google search. Okay. And our individual subsidy program assists low-income applicants in affording to buy or build their first home. This subsidy is a once-off lump sum up to 261,000 that goes towards your mortgage, bond, home loan, house deposit, construction to complete your unfinished home. Important information about that: you can only claim the subsidy once for your first home purchase. If you and your partner received a subsidy for housing in the past, you can't apply for this subsidy. You can use this subsidy for a house. The application process will give preference to people older than 35 years old, people with special needs or disabilities who can apply. Be a South African citizen, be at least 18 years old, be registered on the housing needs database for at least 10 years if you live in the city of Cape Town, or at least 5 years if you live somewhere else in the Western Cape. Be married. Here's all the things. Now on this episode, I want to speak more about the topic, not really RDP, but low cost housing in terms of renting or even buying. And because I am in the city, or the only city that has a mother, that's why it's called the mother city, I will speak mostly about Cape Town because that's where I'm found. Now I will dabble in the city of gold. I will dabble, and it's not because I don't like gold, but I don't love gold. Like the Bible says, the love of money is the root of all evil. So I don't love gold. I like it. Yeah, I like it. I don't love it. I like it. I actually tolerate it. I tolerate it. Gold and money annoys me. I just tolerate it. But yeah, I'm just gonna speak about mostly Cape Town because that's what I'm familiar with. But I'll also speak a little here about Joburg, right? So in that first video that I showed you, which I caused a little stir on TikTok, I made a mistake by saying municipality. I should have said human settlements office or housing, so Department of Housing. That's where you are supposed to go, and you'll get the information. And now I've had hundreds of WhatsApps. I think I almost have 300. Um, I know it's more than 200 on my DM. My DM has never been that busy. People, asking for more information. Guys, I gave you all the information that I had. Now it is up to you to go to the Department of Housing or go to the Human Settlements Office and for you to inquire, because I don't work for the government. I don't work for the Department of Housing. I was just simply sharing the information that I have. Now, let us deal with the topic at hand today: social housing or low cost housing. Now, I'm going to be dealing with renting and the buying option, right? So, all you need to do is go on Google, and then you'll type on Google social housing, and then you'll see everything that you have there. So that's what I did as well, and I went on these platforms as well, where you are able to get this information, like the AI platforms. I went even on my WhatsApp, where you can just put in there. I think I said social housing in Cape Town, and then I went and I said social housing in Joburg, and then I went and I said social housing in Durban. So you can continue with it. I'm not going to cover all nine provinces. Okay. Okay. So to qualify, that's what it says, right? Qualify for social housing in Cape Town, you'll need to meet certain criteria. Your joint monthly income should be between 1,500 and 15,000. And you must be a South African citizen or have permanent residency. Additionally, you'll need to be over 18, married, cohabitating, or single with financial dependents. Here are the steps to apply for social housing in Cape Town. Register on the city's housing needs register. This is the first step in applying for the social housing. You can find more information on the City of Cape Town's website. So that's the little information that I got online, right, on that WhatsApp platform, on that AI thing. I don't know what you call that, but where you can literally use it like Google. I use that thing a lot. Sometimes I forget that it's there, but it's quite helpful actually, because it gives you a summary of whatever's out there on the internet. Now, when it comes to social housing, I am familiar with Blue Downs, right? Fountainhead comes to mind, which is in Blue Downs, which falls under Fountain Village. It's Fountainhead. Now, that area was a social housing project. I think it came around 6 or 7 years ago. I have friends that live there. I have friends that bought places there. When it came around, the properties were going around 250,000 to around 300,000 for like 2 bedroom houses. It's quite a decent area in Blue Downs. But then what they do with these projects, right? So then what they do with these projects is that they'll mix it. They'll have a RDP where they're giving the people houses, because those people get houses for free RDP program. And then you'll have these ones which are flip homes, okay, flips housing, or people that qualify for the flip subsidy, or what is now called first home finance. And I'll put up all the requirements for first home finance. I'll do another video where I cover flip or first home finance thoroughly. So they'll do that mixture. So for instance, they'll have 60 houses, like they have 100 houses, 60 houses are RDP projects. Those are the houses that they must give away. And then 40 houses will be flipped. So they essentially selling that, but also it is subsidized houses, right? So the government is giving these people subsidies. So I know about that one. I know about the one in Easter River. Um, that one also made me quite popular on TikTok. The one in Easter River, I think it's called Forest Village. Forest Village. Yeah, so that's where they also have that. It's RDP, and then they have FLISP homes. I think those homes there in Forest Village are going around 300,000 or 400,000 for the ones for FLISP. And then I know about Blue Rise. Okay, Blue Rise, beautiful area. It looks beautiful. I was actually part of the agents that was supposed to be marketing Blue Rise, because the developer that did that project was iGrow, in partnership with the government, or I was actually one of the agents who was supposed to sell some units there with iGrow, but like it didn't work out. But like that's also one where you have it's a social housing, so you have people that qualify for FLISP, and you have those that they sold. So I don't think there's any RDP houses in that area of Blue Rise, but I know there are a lot of people that are complaining there that there's a few incidents. People are there. There's theft and all these things there, but it's quite a nice area. Blue Rise, I like it. I like where it's positioned. It's right behind Belladonna and right next to Austinville. And there's an engine that I love that is right opposite that place. I love engine. It's my favorite garage. So those are the three that I mention three? Yes, Forest Village, Fountainhead, and Blue Rise and Blue Down. So the Forest Village is in Easter River, Fountainhead is in Blue Downs, and Blue Rise is also in Blue Downs. And there's another one that is in Curls River, opposite Highbury. Now there was Flisp houses, but there were a few. I think there's like eight. I think eight 8 or 15, I'm not sure, 8 or 15, but like it's not a lot. That's there just by the entrance as you go into Riverside, which is an RDP community that was built there in East River opposite Highbury. So I think there's houses there for veterans, right, which are the people that were in the army. And then there's RDP houses there. So people from West Bank that were on the government's list for houses, they moved over to that side. So those are all the areas that I'm familiar with. But then as I'm doing my research, I'm reading about all these other different areas that I am not familiar with as I'm doing the research on this topic, right? So in the research that I was busy doing, it mentions that there's uh, FLISP housing or NRDP housing in Delft and Makassar there. Makassar. So those are the projects that are on the come up right now, that are being built right now. Delft and in Makassar. And I think they in Makassar, I heard there was a delay. They had, I think, stopped building for whatever reason. I'm not sure if they're continuing or what, but I had heard, last I heard a month ago, they had stopped. And in Rivergate Village in Parklands. So that's apparently also FLISP housing. In Asanda Village in Strand, that's also FLISP housing, which I did not know about. Like I said, I knew about Blue Downs in Blue Rise, Fountainhead, Forest Village in Yester River. And yeah, those are the ones that I knew about, like Kills River, Riverside. I knew about those ones. But yeah, so there's quite a few things happening, right? So the places that I mentioned, right, those are the ones where you are buying a property. Those are not for rentals. The ones that I mentioned now, when I speak about Blue Rise, you are buying a property. Those people bought properties through FLISP. Those not through FLISP, with the help of FLISP or First Home Finance. In Fountainhead, people bought properties. They're not renting. I know also there in Fountainhead there is free house that people got. That the area of New Beginnings. Yes, those are free houses that people got, them municipal houses that people got. And in Forest Village as well, those houses are being sold. In the one I mentioned now in Coles River, Riverside, those houses were also flipped homes, so they're not renting. But now let's dive into the areas where you are able to rent. So we're talking about social housing that was specifically designed for you to rent and not own. And once you are able to then eventually purchase a home, then you move out. Now in Cape Town, we have quite a few areas that accommodate people with social housing that want to rent with all these communities that the government has built for people that can't afford a property right now and also cannot uh, rent decent places, because the places in all over South Africa, especially Cape Town, is expensive. So remember, to qualify for social housing in Cape Town, you'll need to meet certain criteria. Your joint monthly income should be between 1.5 thousand and 15,000. You must be a South African citizen. You must have or you must have permanent residency. Additionally, you need to be over 18, married or cohabitating, um, or single with financial dependence, right? So these are the areas in Cape Town where you'll get social housing. There's a place called Conradi Park, Watersig Gardens, Somerset Heights, DCI Community Housing Service, Anchorage, Glenhaven, Belleville, Bella Gardens Rental Estate, Bella Housing Office. So those are the areas that you'll find that have social housing here in Cape Town. So let me just put up the ones where you'll get in Joburg or in Durban or in Pretoria. I think I saw in Pretoria, I think it's called Townsends or something, but I'll put those up as well so that all those people know where to go. But you can, it's very easy. Just go on Google, wherever you are, social housing Durban, social housing Joburg, social housing Pretoria, and you'll be able to get all that, and you'll be able to get their contact details and call them and make all the necessary plans in order for you to get into your place that you will be renting. Now, when we talk about social housing in Joburg, we are talking about something called Joshco. And it was actually my first time hearing about Joshco about a month ago. Somebody was in my DMs asking me, do you also deal with Joshco? I was like, who's Joshco? I don't know him. Do I owe him money? He's lying. But Joshco is the Johannesburg Social Housing Company, which was established in 2004. Another report that I read said it was established in 1997, so I don't know. To provide affordable renting housing to low-income families and individuals. Joshco's portfolio includes over 9,000 units, offering a range of properties from 1-bedroom to 2-bedroom communal rental units. To qualify for social housing in Johannesburg, applicants typically need to meet a certain income requirements, which range from 1,850 to 22,000 per month. The city's social housing projects aim to promote integrated development, affordability, and accessibility with a focus on inner city regeneration. Some notable social housing projects in Johannesburg include Long Street Social Housing Project, a 1.6 billion development in Jeppestown, offering 1,336 units of 1-bedroom and 2-bedroom communal rental units. So when we actually speak about this one, Jeppestown, there is a video that I found on TikTok, or was it on YouTube? I'm not sure. But there is a video that I found that shows the whole area, how it is, and check it out. Johannesburg Housing Company, JHC, has developed over 4,513 rental units, providing affordable housing options to over 13,500 people. Madula Moho Housing Association, a registered non-profit social housing institution offering transitional and communal housing in Johannesburg's inner city. These initiatives demonstrate the city's initiative to addressing the housing shortage and promoting affordable quality housing for its residents. Now, I don't know about quality, but I am the kind of person that is big on gratitude. So when somebody gives me something and they they didn't have to, but the government has to, because there was everything that they promised to do. But like when somebody gives me something, whether they have to or they don't have to, I am always just grateful, because you gave it to me. I'm grateful. I'm receiving something. So um, a lot of people do complain about the properties where sometimes you'll find that the property is not plastered, right? You'll find that the property is attached to another property. You'll find that the property has no really backyard space at the back. But like all those things, I feel are really are non-essentials, considering to the fact that you are getting a low-cost house. You're getting a property that you can afford, and if it's a 2-bedroom place and you're able to have a lounge and a kitchen, all this stuff, and you're able to park a car, 2 cars, that's a bonus. But like the fact that it doesn't really have a yard and stuff, nah, just be grateful, man. Just be grateful. But like, yeah, that's my spill. That's how I would feel. Now let's move over to Durban. I really don't have that much information on Durban, but the little that I found on the internet, and this is what it says. Social housing in Durban is a vital initiative aimed at providing affordable rental options for low-income families. The city plans to build approximately 7,000 social housing units in the inner city to address the growing demand for affordable housing. To qualify for social housing in Durban, applicants must meet a certain criteria, including income requirements. Gross household income must be between 4,423 Rand and 22,000 Rand per month. Financial dependence. Applicants must have financial dependence. South African residency. Applicants must be legal South African residents. No prior property ownership. Applicants must not have previously owned a property. The Social Housing Regulatory Authority regulates social housing in South Africa, and accredited social housing institutes like SOCO develop, own, and manage social housing units in Durban and other cities. So that's what we have. So that's what we have on all those 3 cities that we covered today. Remember, when they say social dependence, right, or not social dependence, because I'm talking about social housing. When they say our financial dependence, they don't mean your children. Okay, so a lot of people are asking because one of the requirements for FLISP is that you must have financial dependence, and a lot of people say, "Oh, there's kids. I don't have kids." It's fine if you don't have kids. They are speaking about anybody who is financially dependent on you. It can be your brother, your mother, your father, your sister, anybody that is financially dependent on you, your nephew, your niece, anybody that is financially dependent on you. Okay, now we are coming to a wrap. We are coming to a conclusion. Before I close the show, I want to give you this bonus information, right? I want to give you the list of subsidies that are found in South Africa. Now, some of the sites that I got, they said it's specifically in Cape Town. I think they are on WhatsApp AI. It says specifically in Cape Town, because what they do is they scour the internet, right? These AI agents, they scour the internet and they bring you that. So like, I don't think all information is on the internet, because a lot of these housing subsidies you get nationwide. I remember that was one of the things that people were asking about with the individual subsidy that I mentioned at the start of the video, at the beginning of the video, that people were asking, is it only found in the Western Cape, because it was only on the Western Cape government site. But no, it is found nationwide, because I know there are people that said they got it in Joburg. There are people that said they got it in the Eastern Cape. They had a plot and then they got the individual subsidy in order to build their houses. So it's nationwide, guys. Okay, but what is also very important with the information that I'm giving you guys, you must do your own research. Take this information, say thank you, Kanya, and then run. Go do your own research. Go online. Make some calls if you have to make some calls. Take a taxi. Go to the housing department. Go to the human settlements office, because this is for you. This is for you. So you must be the one that is running ahead of all these things. You mustn't just come and call Kanya and want everything, because I don't know everything. I'm just sharing the little information that I have. I give you a piece. You take this piece and you run with it. Housing subsidies in South Africa. So we have the individual housing subsidy, right? Which is if you are more than 10 years. I saw somewhere it also said if you're more than 5 years on the waiting list for RDP house, this individual subsidy is for you. Okay, remember, guys, RDP is for people that are either don't have an income or they are earning 3,500. 3,500 or less, not 3,500 and more. Okay, housing subsidies in South Africa. Individual housing subsidy, non-credit linked subsidy, credit linked subsidy, finance linked individual subsidy, social housing program, integrated residential development program, upgrading of informal settlements, consolidation subsidy. So those were the subsidies that I found. Maybe there's more. Maybe you are more informed than me. It's possible. Just sharing the information, guys. That's what I love about this. On my TikTok videos, there are people that will come there and then will actually give more information on the information that I've shared. And I love that. I love that so much. So remember, guys, the individual subsidy, right, is for people who qualify for RDP. People who qualify for RDP, they either don't work, don't have an income, or they don't earn more than 3.5. That's the requirement for RDP. You can't earn more than 3.5. The minute you earn more than 3.5, you are now in the bracket of first home finance, or what you know as FLISP. That's where you fall under now. You don't, you no longer fall under the individual or the RDP program. So remember that, guys. Remember that where RDP ends, FLISP starts. That's why you'll notice on the FLISP requirements they'll say 3,501 rand, because they don't want to say 3,500, because 3,500 is for RDP. So 3,501 rand is for FLISP. And I remember they asked the guy, okay, but no, it's fine. I'll do another video for FLISP. So guys, those are all the subsidies. I hope this little video was informative. I hope this little video gave you some knowledge. I hope this little video helped you in some way. If it did, please click the like button, subscribe, and help YouTube pay me. All right? It is Kanya, your favorite real estate agent, your favorite property guy, your property agent with the most. I will see you next time on Property Talks.